everyone, my name is Salwa and welcome back to my channel. We are doing the Ramadan prep that Ramadan is starting inshallah in 2 days and we have to get started. And just like I did last year, I want to make sure that by the time it actually starts, I have most of like my protein like prepared and stored away, like everything I feel like I'm going to need in bulk. At least for the month, I want to make sure I prepare it and just put it aside in the freezer and it gets going so that I don't have to keep prepping. I've been in my maternity leave, alhamdulillah, and I'm getting back to work. So obviously, I'm not going to be having time to like come back and make like an entire big and elaborate meal. But meal prepping this way in bulk is going to help me like get it quite ready so that I do not have to hustle every single time I come. So let me just show you what I'm going to be working with. I have some minced meat here, a kilogram of minced meat. I'm going to use it to make samosas. And then I have like 4 kilos of assorted not exactly assorted, a variety of chicken pieces, like the family chicken. I think I showed it in my previous cooking video, like how I actually do this. So I may not show this on camera, but who knows. So then I have some chicken breast here and some other chicken breast here, because this is going to do different things. This I want it whole, and this I want it in strips, because I think for this I want to make it in a way that I can put it in like a chicken wrap, or I can make fajitas with it, basically, or tacos, something like that. Then I have some drumsticks. These obviously I just want to make like some literally like sticky drumsticks. I don't know how I'll do it, but I'll figure it out. And then I have my chopped onions, I have my mix of ginger and coriander, then I have ginger alone. Yeah, some salt, some like extra dark soy sauce, and a couple of other spices. So let's get started now. First thing I always do, I want to first cook the minced meat, because at least as the meat cools down, I can be able to like marinate everything else, and then the samosas I will wrap them last. So let us get started with that. Okay, so let's get started on this. I have my pan going. I'm using this. I got this from Ecomart, and it does literally all the things I want, because much as I can cook in it, I can also fry things in it, which really is like a blessing in itself. So I just put the minced meat like plain, no oil, no nothing. I just put the minced meat. Washing minced meat, I don't know who does that, but personally I do not. And then start to break this up a little bit. Now I'm going to add in some salt, as I still do. As I've said countless times, I do not measure. I kind of just like I eyeball it and see what will work. So I'm going with something like this, right? Yeah. Put that in. So we just let that reduce. Okay, now as you can see, the meat is, browning up a bit, like getting ready a bit, and then that, for me, this is when I add like my onions. So I kind of like rough chop them up and everything. I don't want to be too precise, but yeah, all the onions go in. This time I'm not putting like any garlic inside. I just want it that way, and then I mix this up. This time I'm not minding the aesthetics, because honestly this is going to be consumed by only us here at home. Basically in my at home it's just me and my husband, and that is how we're going to be celebrating Ramadan. I do plan on hosting a couple of friends, inshallah, and I think I might record and post that to just show you how I kind of like prepare. But I did like show last time how I was hosting a different group of friends, but this is also another different kind of friends, like my Muslim friends that we interact with. And yes, so I also want like to kind of show you how I make like the iftar for like a big group of people and everything, like I kind of put into consideration. Yeah, so that's what I'll be showing you, inshallah. So next it's time to add some black pepper, some pepper. Well, that goes in. I also add some paprika. Paprika. Yeah, that also goes in. I just want to do a little bit because we do not measure. We kind of just eyeball it. So I don't want it to be like too spicy, but at the same time I don't want it to be too like bland. This time I'm not going to add any coriander in it, no garlic. Just we're doing, bagambo kufumba kwa busobozi, like cooking is for what you can do. That's what we're doing. You cook for as much as you can. You don't try to overdo it. You just do what you're able to do. Yeah, so now there is some kind of like moisture in here. I'm just going to let that can evaporate for a bit, and then we'll be ready. So number one thing done. I just wanted to show you guys like the wraps I use, the samosa wraps I use. Can we make the samosa wraps? Probably. Do we want to make the samosa wraps? Nah, we don't wanna. So these are the ones I use. These are Chef Mama samosa dough sheets. I really wish like there were bigger ones that I can actually use them to make like spring rolls, but let's use this for the meantime. And in here apparently there are like 20 sheets, but sometimes they're actually a little bit more than those. Like actually sometimes I actually end up making like 24. I don't know. So mania. Anyway, so these I'm going to use 2 of these because we're making samosas for the entire Ramadan. Okay, not the entire, because They might get done because my samosas are too good. You know, they might get done. But I might actually add something else, like maybe spring rolls within like the middle of Ramadan. But inshallah, we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. We shall see. So let me let that reduce, and then we get started with everything else I have to make. So while this reduces, after it's done reducing, I'm just going to leave it on here to just kind of cool down, because I don't want, you can't put like the meat inside the wraps like it's still hot, because ufachi, right? Yeah. Then the other thing I wanted to show you guys is the packaging, actually, the ziplocs, the ziploc bags I use. So I have this pack. It's by Falcon. This one has like the smaller bags, and these ones I use them for like stuff like maybe like the chicken breast and stuff like that. It's these ones, chicken breast and everything, like the smaller pack for smaller things. Then I do have I do have like this bigger one. It's like 30 centimeters by 40 centimeters. Now the other large chicken I've shown you guys doing, in case I'm going to actually like put it in the freezer, I actually put it in these. These ones are much bigger. Like guys, let me show you, like this big. You can fit a chopping board in here, but we're not going to do that. We're going to put shakan in here. So let this thing do. Come and join me as I prep everything else aside. Hi once again. So anyway, this is the chicken breast I'm going to work on first, and this one I want to make it I'm going to use like the cilantro garlic mix. This mix, this one. So before I put in that, I'm just going to put in some salt and pepper. Very, very simple. Salt and pepper. So this one is one like for doing like chicken like steak or something like that. Just okay. Yeah. So some salt and then some black pepper, because I like that kind of like spice to eat, or some kick to eat. Yeah. So that goes in first. I marinate. I make sure it's going on every surface. See, like you have to make sure like both sides are actually like quite covered up. Like just keep going, keep going. For those who measure, I think the black pepper I've used is like 2 teaspoons, something like that. It's getting to the nose. But still chocolate. So how do I prepare this one? This one I like preparing it by just putting it like in an oven or air fryer. No, my shirt is wet. Sorry, my this. So I mix that in my greenish glue. Okay. A little bit more of that, and then yeah, just let that go. So by the way, here it's literally done. Like that is it. It's actually done. So next I have the goat, the mother, the mix. You see it? This is what it is like. So first things first, I'm not going to even like use like a spoon for this, because it's just disrespectful. So I'm going to put in like the rest of this cilantro and garlic. Why am I doing it this way? This is not going to be entirely like cilantro and garlic alone. It's going to be like allspice, but I'm just adding the cilantro and sorry, sorry, not just going to add cilantro and sorry, coriander and garlic. I'm going to add like other spices, but I want this to be like the base. I also want like these flavors in there because the last time I tried it, it actually like turned out like so good. And I just felt like, okay, why didn't I try this like sooner on so many like different things? So it's little because I didn't originally plan on doing this on it, but when life gives you lemons, make a lemonade, put some ice cubes, put some mint leaves, some lemon slices, and make some bloody good damn lemonade. Now we have to open. So PSA, as we go through like this time of Ramadan, I want to wish each and every one of you, like, I don't care if you are Muslim, if you're not, I do believe Ramadan is like for everyone, the believers, and you know, like the rest of the people there. I do wish you an amazing and incredible Ramadan. So Ramadan Mubarak. May Allah like put barak in everything you people do. May He accept your fast, your ibad. Ooh, this is a lot of pepper, but may He accept like your fast, your ibadah, your everything. The one thing, oh, the black pepper is peppering. The thing I do love about Ramadan, that it is a chance for like a reset. Like you can actually develop like some really good habits during Ramadan, and inshallah you can actually like just continue on that path, which is like quite interesting. Like I really do like that. I like the chance of doing that. I know you can do it in any other month, but I like Ramadan just. And inshallah it's something I look forward to doing, that I want my kids, all of them, to do appreciate like what Ramadan is, what it means. I'm also adding curry powder, like Ramadan as a whole, like what it means, how it brings people together and stuff like that. That's something like I really want to have in like my home, inshallah, that my kids get to look back and they're like, you know what, we're going to add ginger. I don't really feel like, okay, the pepper is pepper. I did not need to add that amount of black pepper. As I was saying, like the same way like people of other denominations like and religions get to celebrate like their festivals and stuff like that, I think Ramadan should be celebrated as much. So I'm going out like, okay, not all out because I'm just starting. It's my first time celebrating Ramadan as a married woman. Alhamdulillah, we thank Allah for that. And I'm a mother too, so I have to make sure there are like particular habits my son like gets to know, things he has to learn throughout his entire life. But I do believe I can't start like later on. I have to start like now. P.S. This is cooking oil, but it comes in a very large 5-liter jerrycan, and I don't want to deal with the stress of constantly like pouring out the huge jerrycan. So what I do, this was some ketchup that got done, and the tin just, the packaging just makes sense to like do this. So I poured it in here and it just works perfectly. If I want to fry something, if I want to do what, just does what it's supposed to do. Then I'm ending all that with some soy sauce. With some soy sauce. And then let's give this a mix, shall we? Oh, sorry. Need to mix this up. you make sure like every part of like your food is of the meat of the chicken is covered in this goodness, in this flavorful, you know, rich, and yeah, whatever, it's done in all that. So I've mixed this up. I'm going to put the spices I don't need for the last two away, and then let me first actually change a glove, because yeah, so see who doesn't have coriander on her hands, and summary me. So we then put this aside. When I say aside, I just mean I'm literally going to, what's that? Oh, okay. I'm just going to literally put it here. Next, I work on the drums and fajitas, the fajitas. So let me cut this up, like into like really like small strips. I don't want to cut them into like really tiny ones, but you know, small manageable ones. And I have like this bowl right here. So I'm going to mix everything. So I'm going to mix them all together. Then later I will separate the drums and these. Why? Because I can, and because this is not exactly contamination. I'm doing it in my home. And I don't really want to spoil like more dishes, because those are also things to wash. Yeah. So these are strips I'm going with. So I can actually make chicken wraps. I think I can also make shawarma. But basically chicken wraps or fajitas or tacos. So one thing I noticed that I actually seem to want to do this Ramadan is that I keep the meals like quite simple, not too much stress. I don't want to overthink things, because this is my first month. Like throughout like Ramadan, it's going to be my very first month returning to work since I had our son, our lovely little boy. And I don't really think I want to be getting back into work and then having to worry about, oh no, I have to get back home and do all this cooking and all that. Also, I think the last time I had a clip, the last time I recorded, I think, oh, we're going to get a nanny, something like that. Guys, if you're in Uganda, getting nannies for your child, and they stay. It's a marathon. So unfortunately, we do not have a nanny. We do not have someone to help us like kind of like take care of the home when we are not here, when we are at work, or to take care of the child. So we are literally getting like other alternatives that are available. Not exactly what we planned, but alhamdulillah, you know, we have the what? Okay, we are in a position where we get to make like, at least we get to have options, and that's something we can say alhamdulillah for, and I'm quite thankful for that. It's not really how I planned, but Allah is the greatest of planners, so that's something else. Also, let me know in like the comments below if there is anything in particular you would want to see me cook. I can let you know if I can cook it or if I can't cook it, or I can, you know, come on here and make a fool of myself. It's fun, right? Internet, it stays forever. So the next thing I am doing, oh, see, these are the plastic things I wear, the caveras, the gloves I do wear when I'm cooking, because it makes things easier. And when you're marinating, you don't have to kind of like dirty your hands, and that's nice, right? So I put the chicken pieces in there. These ones I'm going to kind of give them like barbecue kind of like base in the marinade. Like I'm going to make it like a little bit barbecue-y. Is that a word? I don't know. But thankfully I don't get to take English tests, so I can say things like barbecue. Also, this, I don't know if you see me. Actually, I don't know if you see me. This is my lovely apron that I got from Ecomart. So, quick thing about Ecomart. P.S. This is not an ad, but quick thing about Ecomart. It's like the one supermarket I found out recently that it opens 24 hours. 24 hours, like throughout the entire time, like it does not close. And that's something. That's nice, right? Because you never know when you're going to need to like hop into a supermarket and get something you actually need. So that's a nice one. That is a nice one. Next, I'm going to put in some paprika. Okay, this time I learned my lesson. It's black pepper, and we put in like little, because I don't want to be coughing. I don't want to do that again. Then I'm going to put some onion powder. Oh god, it's in my nose already. It's in my nose already. Some onion powder. And then we put garlic. Put some garlic, and then some soy sauce, like a little bit, mainly for like the color purposes, but also the sodium, not bad. And then lastly, some barbecue sauce. Yeah, so those sounds do exist. Interesting. Yeah, with some oil. Okay. So see, it does that. This is nice. So in marinating, this is how I actually wanted it to be. I needed some of the protein to be like sweet, aka some allspice, and then we have the herbal base, like the kind of like plant-based one. Okay, now that I think about it, most of them actually plant-based. Still makes sense to me. So now let me put these let me put away the spices and start packing as we wait for I think the beef is all kind of cooled down. It's going to be time to start wrapping, but let me first pull the spices away. So now that I've cleared up a bit, I'm going to start packaging. So I'm going to use like 3 of the small ones and then 2 of the large ones. As you can see, these are all the things I prepped. This is the coriander and garlic mix, and then there is the barbecue, and then there is the allspice. So let us get that started. I'm going to start with this because at least I've used this in, you know what, I'll just go with whichever order. I think let me actually start with the barbecue since I have to separate these. The gloves first, because you know we love a clean thing. We love some non-cross contamination. Why do I keep saying contamination, man? It's not like I'm contaminating like the food. Okay, I'm just mixing up the spices, but you get my point, right? So, one thing I like about these Ziploc bags, the zipper bags, is that you can write on like on there is a part like you can write, oh, I prepped this on this day, yeah, over for there for this, yeah. So put this in first. I'll first put this here. I'll kind of like iron it out later. don't want to make it dirty. Yay, it opened. Next, I put in the strips, the chicken strips. Trying like not to make it dirty. Last year I actually did it. I did this much better, but hey. So I put this in. Yeah, that goes also there. I think this will be the last. Let me first put it aside, and then let me put in like the big packages. Let me get rid of this. Now to put in these, the big ones. Okay. Hopefully this goes well, better than I hope. Just need to put on here, and then they just keep going down. This is the first one. Then the second one. Yeah, so second part. So for the remaining sauce inside, I'm just going to actually pour it in here. All these, you know, extra spicy, extra goodness. Yeah. So put this aside. First tie these up. Okay, let me just first put them here. Side. And then the very last one. Also for this, I make sure every last bit in here was, because there's some cloves of garlic that didn't really kind of soften so well. So put everything in there, and that's it for the protein. Now let's work on the samosas. So let's get started with the last part of this, which is the samosas. Yeah, so the wrap, just going to put, you know, this is a mix of flour, all-purpose flour and water. So I just put a little bit of that. I don't know if that's even a little bit. Then fold and There you go. Then you put it in this. Put it like that. Put some little bit again on the edges and also here, and then you so let me work on the rest. So guys, I am finally done working on this. The samosas, I did it off camera because honestly I was tired of standing. I just went, sat down, finished everything, and now this is what we have all together. For the samosas, I actually didn't like, out of like the kilogram of minced meat that I actually made, I didn't make like all samosas out of it. So this is what we have for samosas, and then I've left like the rest of the minced meat in case I want to do something else with it, or I want to make more samosas. I have also left like some wrap like available. So this is everything that we've prepped this year for Ramadan. Alhamdulillah, we thank Allah for giving us like a provision to make that happen, but also that I have had the time to do this because my son is thankfully asleep, alhamdulillah, and that actually my husband is just helping me with like literally everything as I do all this. So we thank Allah for that. So this is everything that I have been able to prep. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're new to this community, hi, my name is Salwa and I love cooking. I love showing like a little bit of my life in Uganda. It's not that exciting, but it is something that I actually do love sharing. So there is that. And Ramadan Mubarak, Ramadan Kareem to all of you who celebrate. Kindly just take your time to enjoy the month, and with everything happening in the world, do your best, share kindness, share love, and be kind to like everyone around you. You don't know what people are going through, but either way, just be kind, be nice, and all that. I look very tired because I am actually very tired. I have done all this at night because during day there is actually construction somewhere close here, so the noise is just unbearable. But alhamdulillah, I've been able to do this. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly like, comment, let me know what you want to see in this Ramadan. And yes, bye bye everyone.